right. Good morning. Morning. Today's a big day. Oh, at least I think it will be. We'll see what happens. So today we have some inflation numbers. We have some consumer numbers. We have a lot of economic data today. So definitely going to be interesting. I think this is why you saw a pretty choppy day yesterday. I think we're waiting on today. I think that's why you saw yesterday's price action, which was absolutely wild. Just could not break. The ES couldn't break about a 30-point range the entire day. So crazy. But we are breaking it here in the pre-market, so you see that now. And we'll go over all that. So good morning. A lot to talk about today. Hopefully everyone did well yesterday. Nice downside in the morning, and then for the rest of the day, pretty choppy. So there was some opportunity early morning, sort of a continuation move from the day prior, from Tuesday's downside. But after that initial downside, after that support hold of 3,800 on the ES, it was pretty much a chop fest from there. So if you didn't trade yesterday, I think that's not a bad thing. I think you actually did well. I know a lot of people that didn't trade yesterday, and that's good. So let's do this. Welcome to the live stream, guys. If you want to be part of the early like squad, go ahead and press that like button for me. That'd be great. Let's do it. So the 30th. Is this the last day? Do we have the 31st this month? I don't even know anymore. We do not. Today's the last day of June. So last trading day of June, guys. And the last day to, see how your trade is. See how your trading is for June. Wrap it up. Hopefully a good day. Close the month on a strong note. It's always a positive thing. If you're green, if you're green early morning and you can walk away from the charts and say that you closed, June on a good note, I think that's always better for the psychology. I always say this: if you're green on the day, no matter what size it is, I can guarantee you the next day when you come into your trading day, you're gonna have a better mentality. Even if you had to walk away and you have to resist the urge to continue trading, coming into the next day off a green day is always a good positive way to start your day. So definitely want to close this month green. We'll see what happens. A lot of stuff to focus on today. So futures, as always, we are closed on Monday. Stock market holidays. I believe it is Monday. Yes. Stock market is closed Monday, July 4th. Yeah, so we're not going to be here Monday. We're here Friday. We're not going to be here Monday. Monday, July 4th, guys. Market is closed for Independence Day, July 4th. 4th of July. Just to make sure everyone's aware of that. Okay. So futures, as always, economic earnings calendar. Let's pull that up. Here we go. So here's today, guys. Pretty packed. And it's all in the pre-market. So a pretty packed pre-market. You guys can see right here, PC inflation, monthly and year over year. That's big. Half day tomorrow? Really? Did I miss that? Hold on. Oh shoot, you're right. Market closes early tomorrow. Okay. Didn't spot that. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. No. I gotta look this up. The market, no, yep, no, yep, no, yep. I gotta look this up. I'm not actually sure. Only for fixed income. No, it's not. All right. Yeah, I didn't think it was. That would have been new to me. But I sort of trusted what you said there. Sorry, guys. I wasn't aware of that, so that sort of threw me off. So yeah, I don't think, no. All right, let's continue. Jay Price, again, man, $50 donation. What are you doing, Jay? Thank you, man. Wow. Thank you so much. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to you, Jay. Hopefully, it seems as though your trading may be doing well. That would be my assumption based off your donation. So, congratulations on the good trades. It seems as though that is the situation. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Jay. So let's continue. PCE inflation, right? That's gonna be very important. Real disposable income, real consumer spending, nominal personal income, nominal consumer spending, jobless claims, all going, right? Did someone else donate that I missed? Oh no, $50. Okay. Yeah. So big here, guys. Oh, Jocko, that's you? What's up, man? Congratulations. You are having a good month. That's awesome. Now I know who you are. Now I know you're having a good month. PCE inflation, consumer spending, disposable income, and jobless claims. All really big stuff. And I saw a lot of charts this morning, just sort of browsing the internet. Money supply and spending is coming down drastically for consumers. Money supply is almost back to where it was in 2008. And I think if I saw it right, the average money saved in a bank account has dropped drastically. So this is definitely something that probably going to hint at not very good consumer spending, and not very good disposable income numbers today. So we're going to have to see how that comes out. Very interesting. This is all at the pre-market. We're going to have it live in about 23 minutes. We'll see the reaction. Yeah, that's big. So futures, Tesla levels to look at. Google, 2225 level, big level. Coin, Upstart, beautiful bear flags. We talked about these all week. Very, very nice. XLE. XLE is a great definition of why you wait for confirmation on your trades. If you got into XLE with maybe a little bit of if you got in with an aggressive position, right now it might be a little bit questionable. XLE has pulled back. The 77 level was the level we talked about pre-market yesterday. You'll see what happens off 77 yesterday. It was a pretty nasty rejection. So XLE 77 looks to be a brick wall. Watch out for that. Costco 490. This is a big level on Costco that I've continued to watch. A big break down for Nvidia, guys. This is not a good break for Nvidia. Nvidia broke the 155 demand yesterday. This was a major, major level. So definitely watching Nvidia to the downside today off that breakdown. Amazon levels to watch out for today. And then finally, I want to talk about two. I want to talk about Snow and I want to talk about Qualcomm. Snow and Qualcomm have been two sort of silent outperformers in the last week. Now, I'm interested to see, is this a move that we fade back to the downside? Qualcomm has been outperforming tremendously, and Snow has been outperforming. Is this a fade type of move? I'm definitely going to be watching these two, and we'll talk about them today. And then obviously we'll look at your tickers, guys, and we'll wrap up the stream. So let's get started. 4-hour chart. We start the week off early this. Started the live stream off early this week, focusing on that 12,250 level. Right. These are where these arrows are from. This is where this arrow is from. This is from our live stream on, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. You guys can see we pushed into it and we had a very nasty rejection. Gave back that Friday push. That's because of this, right? Big Friday push. And downside into that Friday, basically short selling, short covering move that just doesn't hold up the market. That's not going to hold up the market. Big move, come right back down. We break 11.8 yesterday and we continue to the downside. I told the chat yesterday that as long as we're below 11.8, we are not going to see upside. As long as the stock market is below 11.8, we're going to continue to have weakness. We were not able to get above 11.8 yesterday, which is a very major key. You can see that the rejections continued to come in all day. There was no strength back to the upside following that big red day, and you can see we're continuing. The next level that I talked about that we should see a retest of is 11.5, right? If you're in the Discord chat where I post these charts in text format in the chart Discord, it's free down below. You know that we were sort of spotting out that 11.5 level. That is where we're trading at this morning. So we are right there at 11.5 this morning. This is a huge level. This is the previous May low from right here. This is some consolidation and a support area from right here back in last week. And we are trading right back at that 11.5. So I think we're going to stick at 11.5 until this economic data comes out. And that's going to be the deciding factor. Do we bounce off 11.5 or do we break down and move towards the 11.3 level? And then eventually, I would assume new lows. So that is probably going to be decided here in about 20 minutes. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go straight there, but it's going to continue likely the direction that it goes. If the market does not like the inflation numbers and consumer numbers we see, and we break 11.5 and we start to have a pretty ugly slip, that momentum is surely going to continue. I don't see why that would change in the short term. So if we break 11.5, I'd be watching 11.3. If we bounce today off these economic data numbers, which who knows, man? I can't predict the future. If we do see that, then you probably retest that 11.8 area, right? So you're right there in the middle, 11.5, you got 11.8 and 11.3. Let's see what happens today off that inflation numbers and the consumer numbers. If you go to the hourly chart, we can see right here, guys, the importance of 11.5, just a little bit more detail. You can see right here, 11.5, 11.5, 11.5, 11.5. So a lot of interest at this 11.5 level. Definitely something I'd be watching for. If you break this, right? If you break this and you reject off 11.5, you do not have any support pretty much between 11.5 and 11.3, right? This area, this chop fest, guys, is not going to hold up the market. You guys see this chop fest here? Let me make this a different color for you. Make it yellow. Get it a little bit more transparent so that it doesn't look ugly as hell. Right there. This chop fest area, all this is not going to hold up the market. It's not, right? You either need to hold 11.5. If you don't hold this, you're going to move quickly. Similar to what we saw here. You're going to move quickly through this zone. So I would watch 11.5 if we reject 11.3, if we push 11.8. Those are my levels. And you guys can see we're just chilling right here this morning. We're sitting right here. Here's the 5-minute chart. We're just sitting right here at 11.5. I used to be such a fan of AMD. Why don't you talk about that anymore? I still buy AMD shares. Obviously, the stock's not doing well. I'm not going to not buy AMD shares because it's going down. William is a pretty, yeah. I've seen you here before, William. 11.5. So 11.5, 11.3, 11.8. Watch out for that. Those are my levels to watch. Yeah, the bear flag worked well. The bear flag worked well, didn't it? The bear flag worked very well. Look at that. Very clean. All right. ES. You guys can see right here. We were looking at the lows of May, which was that 3,800 level, and the highs of FOMC, which was 3,840, right? Yesterday, we could not even break between that channel. A 40-point channel, 30-point channel, we couldn't break through it. 3,800 to 3,840. Very tight consolidation yesterday. We break it today. This is an ugly breakdown, right? An ugly breakdown under 3,800. That is why you're getting continuation. I don't see much support if you continue off this economic data until 3740. If I go down to the hourly chart, yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same. ESNQ looks all the same. You guys can see right here, we were eyeing this 3,800. Boom. Boom. Right? And you had the support here. Boom. So you guys can see rejection, rejection, support. Right? Now, we tried to hold it yesterday. Rejection, rejection. You tried to hold it as support yesterday. You can see the 3,800 chop fest all day. Look at this. Look at the chop fest at 3,800. Look at what happened when we lost it. Right? So you can clearly see that is a very important level. You lost 3,800. If you come back into it, I would look for a rejection, right? If we come back into it, look for the rejection. If we get over 3,800, then maybe you have a little short-term move, maybe back up to the 3,840. But nothing's going to make me be bullish here if we're under 3,840, 3,800, guys. I'm probably not even bullish if we're under 3,950. I mean, we need to really get going here to be any type of bullish. So I'm looking for either this rejection, right, at 3,800. I'm looking for this rejection at 3,840. Those are some rejections that I'll be looking for if we push back into those supply levels. Downside support is right here, guys. It's at 37.35, 37.40, right here. All right here. You can clearly see the level, right? Support, support, rejection, support, support. So, in my opinion, you need to move back here, right? I think you need to move back here and see what happens. This is where I think the market needs to come to. 37.35, 37.40, right? That's what I would look for. So, those are my levels on the ES. 37.35, 3,800 would be the short-term levels to watch out for right here. Push to the upside, rejection, downside, possible support. We're sort of right in the middle of that range. I don't like to be right in the middle of that range, really. I think the market needs to decide which side of this range it wants to go to. If the market doesn't like the data this morning, downside to 37.40, right? Right there. Okay. Dow, look at this, guys. Very clear. Clear and obvious. That's why these levels are so powerful. You can see as soon as we lost this level, which was the previous rejection, 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 support, support, support all day yesterday. Look at the 1 minute chart. Look at the chop fest that happened right above this level, right? Look at what happened when we lost it in the after hours today, in the pre-market. Back to the hourly chart. Look at the breakdown. So, you're looking like the ES here. You're right in between a channel, right? You're back within this channel. You're in between a chop fest between 30,800 and 30,200. So if the market doesn't like what it hears today, you're coming back down to this 30,200 area, right? If the market likes what it hears today, maybe you try to push up, maybe you reject here, or maybe you get back above and you reject here. Either way, I'm not going to be too bullish here, regardless if I see upside. If I see upside, like I usually do, I let my shares make me money, probably won't trade it. I'm not going to trade a first day green day that could be very easily fakeable, a fake push. So I like to avoid getting faked out as much as I can, right? So if I see upside, I'm not going to be trading upside into supply levels. That's just not my style. I will not be buying calls as we push into supply. So watch out for 30,800 on the Dow, 31,300, and then to the downside, 30,200. You're in this zone, right? Same thing as the ES and the NQ. You're in this zone. I don't expect there to be much support in this zone. If we get downside, you're moving back to that next level. Russell. Okay, the Russell's breaking all the levels, right? The Russell's just breaking down all these levels. You can see the reaction we had. You guys know we were talking about this 1706 level. It's from all these live streams. I don't change these charts. Support, support, rejection, rejection, rejection. Look at what it did yesterday at this level. You can see it right here. Here's the importance of supply demand. Look at what the Russell did intraday. Tried to hold that level. Lost it this morning in the after hours or in the pre-market. You guys can see right here. Breaking down that level. Next level to watch would be these lows right here. And these previous highs right around 1680. All right, 1680 is your next watch. Why do I say that? Previous support or rejection, 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 support, support, support. All right, so next level to come down to is 1680. If you break that, you're probably coming to new lows. If you break that, you're probably looking at new lows here. So watch out for that. Look for a rejection of 1706 or a downside move of 1680. Those are my levels on the Russell. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Big level, and that's important today on the Nasdaq, 11.5. We have to see what the reaction is. We'll see. We'll go ahead and do this analysis again in about 10 minutes once we see a reaction off this data. ES right in that channel. Okay, let's go Tesla. So very nice trade for me yesterday on Tesla, guys. Very happy about it. Got my loss back, which I needed. That was something I definitely wanted to recover. So hourly chart. I want to show you first let me first set this up for you. I know I have a few lines here. I'm going to delete them for now. But the first thing that I'm watching here on Tesla is this supply zone, right? You guys can clearly see it between 690 and 680. Why do I think that is supply? You have previous support, previous support, previous support, previous support, previous support. That turned into a rejection yesterday, and we are moving below it. So support, 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 support. You are below that level. So what happens when you are below a demand, a support level? It turns into a rejection point or a supply zone, right? So I would look to see if Tesla... Where do I post my trades? Every day on my Discord, I trade live. Very nice push to the upside. If we get a push to the upside today, I would look for a rejection here between 680 and 690. That would be my supply zone to watch for a rejection in this general area. That's where we found support previously. That's where we could reject again. If we continue to move down, then I would look for the gap fill, which is right here. This is your gap fill level. Between 660 and 650, you have a gap here on the Tesla chart. So, right here, you have a gap on the Tesla chart. If we move down today, I would be looking for the gap fill to 650. If you lose 650, then I would be looking for that move to 620 or the previous lows, the May lows. So, watching this zone, this gap fill zone. Now, the next thing that I am watching here on the shorter term time frames on Tesla is the gap down this morning. This is also something that needs to be monitored. So if we delete this for a second, let's just move this out of the way, this supply, just because it gets a little distracting. Here's what I am definitely also watching. You guys can see the gap down from this morning. The high of this candle is 674.45, so let's just call it 674.50. This right here is a gap down this morning. Does Tesla try to do one of these, right? Does Tesla try to do one of these? Gap fill, reversal. Very possible as well, guys. If we get any upside on this market, it is very possible to see Tesla try to fill this gap. The gap down that you've just created this morning. So be careful there. If you're going short Tesla, it might want to try to fill this gap still. So you have to remember that. Don't get too aggressive. There might be some kind of gap fill here. You either see maybe a rejection of this pre-market high around 674, or maybe you try to fill the gap first before continuing lower, right? So just watch out for that, guys. Watch that morning gap that's on Tesla's chart. If you fill that gap, you would also be moving into supply. So I do like this area for a rejection, right? Move back into supply, fill the gap. That would be a very nice little rejection point if we saw it. Okay, let's continue. Google. Oh, Google's below it. Okay, Google's below it. 22.25 on Google, guys. Big level here. Definitely watching this. Why do I say that? Let me get more time here just so we can see the full picture. Here's Google on the hourly chart. This is a very big level at 22.25. So you can see previous support, into rejections. Right here, into a support level, into a rejection level, into a support level. So it's traded, up and down at this 22.25 many times. Now, what do you see this morning, guys? What are you looking at this morning? You're looking at Google below 22.25. So if Google pushes back into this and rejects it, that would be an awesome downside play. Or if we're just weak today, this could be your flush point, right? Under 22.25. So watch out for that, guys. 22.25 on the on Google. That's a big breakdown level. Look for either a rejection or a downside move. If the market's strong, then maybe we regain it, but you're going to need a strong market for that. Coin. So you guys know, I'm not going to take too much time here. I just want to share with you guys what a bear flag looks like and how we sort of talked about this in the live streams. you can see right here. Also, I'll pull up this I'll pull up this just to share with you guys what this has looked like in the past. So here we go. So here's Coin, guys. Here's the charts that I post in my Discord, as well as in the charts Discord for a small monthly fee if you guys want to get, analysis on individual stocks. But you can see this was the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. These are the last 3 days of Coinbase. You can see that we were starting to point out this bear flag, right? This is what a bear flag starts to look like. You get higher lows with a pretty weak move to the upside on low volume. You can see right here, look at the volume. Look how low this volume was. So you're starting to get that push. You can see on the 29th, which was yesterday, you got the breakdown of the flag, and then look at the continuation. Clean stuff, right? Really clean stuff. Look for this, guys. Look for this in this market. In a weak market, bear flags are your best friend because they are great ways to get better entries on positions to the downside. Wait for something like this to form. Look for that weakness. Look for that low volume. Look to see if you can trade it out of that flag. This is a great formation at any time frame in this market, right? I trade these on the 1 minute. I try to find them on the hourly. This is on the 4 hour. So something like this, if you guys are interested in swing trading, if you have a full-time job and you don't have time to scalp, this is a great thing to look for. Look for these bear flags. This is on the 4 hour chart, right? You could have pointed this out, and held us, maybe swung a put, thinking for the bear flag, right? So really nice, really nice, really nice. I probably would have entered, off the break yesterday. That's probably would have been my entry right here on the 29th. This stage would probably be my entry. You can get aggressive on this stage. This is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I would say you could get aggressive on stage 1 with a stop over that high. Maybe you put a stop over that 60 level right here. Get aggressive. This is your aggressive entry. Here's your more conservative entry. And then here you just missed it, right? It's over now. I mean, you can maybe try to trade the low a day flush, the low flush here, below 45. But to me, the good trades are back in this area, right? I wouldn't say the good trade is now down here. So really nice coin bear flag, guys. Just wanted to point that out, give you some little education on that. Upstart did the same thing, right? We've been looking at the same damn thing on Upstart. So we were watching this yesterday. You can clearly see the bear flag that broke. These are the things you want to look for. This is the same multi-day bear flag breakdown. Clean as hell. Just a really clean, really low volume, push to the upside, back into a previous rejection point, bear flag. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, good stuff there. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Coin and Upstart bear flags. XLE. Man. Man, was this a nasty rejection. So, you guys probably are aware. Let me see if I have what it looks like before. Hold on. I'm going to pull up what it looked like before so that we can get a good idea. It's always easier to see things. Before and after, right? So we can get a good idea of what we need to look at before. So right here. Let me zoom in here. Put that away. All right, right here, guys, right? So XLE was able to turn 75 into support. Rejection point at 77. Need to see us through 77, right? And this is what the chart looked like. Let me go ahead and pull this up 1 second. Okay. So this is what we were looking at. You can see this is what it looked like previously. Previously, it looked like this. Rejection, 77, 77. And you guys can see sort of what ended up happening here. Really nasty rejection. Right here. 77, boom, boom, boom. So that trade to me is actually probably over, unfortunately. That trade to me is sort of over now. I would have liked to see it continue, but that 77 was pretty weak. So watch out for 77, guys. That XLE does not look very good. All right, guys. Guys, you act like I don't see the time. I'm very aware. I see it. Don't worry. Everyone relax. All right. We got data coming out in just about 10 seconds. Let's get Walter going here. All right. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Do we get upside? Do we get downside? Looks like we get a little pop. Ooh, does it hold? Let's see, let's see. Does the pop hold? Oh, it's not looking too strong right now. I mean, it's definitely a decent pop. But does it hold? It looks awfully weak. Okay, some continuation. I would like to see the numbers. Here we go. Jobless claims down. So jobless claims in line. Jobless claims in line. Looks like the market is still pushing. Got some more continuation here. Let's pull that back up. A little bit of continuation. It's hold on, let me get a better picture of where we're at. So we're not even close to yesterday's close. Let's put that into perspective here. Yesterday's close is all the way up here. So let's put that into perspective real quick. Let's not go crazy. We are very far away from yesterday's close still, which is by no means bullish. Okay. Consumer income, 0.5 versus, okay, consumer income's actually slightly green. Personal, okay, the spending is down. Spending's down. So that was sort of something I was actually expecting. Spending down, income basically flat to slightly green. So spending down, price index. So the PCE price index is up 0.3 and up 0.6. The core is up 0.3 and then the price index up 0.6 right on month. Okay, and then 6.3 year over year, 4.7 year over year. So spending is down, which is something that has to be considered by the Fed, right? Because if people are not able to spend, maybe that, I don't know. Does that concern them with continued rate hikes? Because the more they rate hike, the more they make the economy tight, the spending is going to continue to drop, right? No one's going to spend. If they continue to make it worse, the spending is going to continue to drop. So that's interesting. The spending is getting affected for sure. Okay, so just sort of digesting this news. Spending down, income's basically flat. So the consumer's not in a good spot. Consumer is basically making the same money and spending less, likely because of fears of the economy, fears of just having money, right? Consumer is fearful. That's why you saw consumer confidence yesterday as well was pretty ugly, all right? So consumers are definitely seeing the effect, and that is something to definitely consider when you think about stocks that are heavily weighted by consumer spending, right? What stocks are heavily weighted by consumer spending? Retail stocks, stocks that discretionary spending, not necessary goods, right? Stuff that people don't actually need, right? So. Yes, we are the consumers. You are absolutely right. Good observation. So, yeah, guys, this pop is nothing to be trusted. I mean, if you look at it like this, you might get excited. I know some of you are looking at it like this. I know there's some people out there that look at their charts. They're like, holy shit, look at that. It's off the charts. But, yeah, let's zoom out for a second. That is a nothing burger pop right there. Definitely not something I would trust. So we'll see the continuation. If this continues, maybe you get something. Yeah, not much. Let's look at the ES. ES is not over 3,800. You need it over that previous low, right? You need it over these lows. If you want to see upside today, you need a break of 38 on the ES. All right? That's a big must. 3,800 on the ES could be a very a very big rejection point. If we move up really slowly, guys, if we move up with really slow volume, then we're very, very capable of rejecting. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I gotta digest this a little bit more. Do I feel like this is bullish news? I can't give you my read quite yet. I gotta be honest, guys. I'm not gonna front. I'm not the best at understanding the economic data effects on the market. I'm not gonna be, I'm definitely not up to Josh's level with that kind of stuff. I know you guys watch Josh, and I watch Josh myself. He's very good with the economic side of things, the macroeconomic stuff. I'm more good at I would say I'm more focused on the technicals and sort of just looking at where the market's gonna either hold or reject. I'm not the best at economic. That's something that I want to improve on, right? There's always something we can improve on as people. I'm not going to be, someone that pretends to know everything on the economic side of things. So just know that, right? Just know that. I'm just not someone that likes to fake, what I know and what I don't know. So yeah, Josh is great at that. Love watching Josh for that. And for me, maybe you come here for more of the technical side of things. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what the upside holds. Let's see if it continues. I'm watching the 3,800 here on 3,800 on the ES for a rejection point. And then, yeah, I mean, why would I not admit I watched the Chad? I'm not one of those people that hate other traders, guys. I love other traders. I'm all about it. I love the community. I'm not, I hate that. I hate that persona that goes on in the trading world. Love Matt, love Carmine. Think they all do great. Love Josh. So yeah. So watching 11,600 to the upside for the Nas. You can see these were yesterday's lows. So watching that, and then watching 38 on the ES, guys. Those are your levels to watch. If you can get over those, then I would say you probably could see some continuation. But if you can't even get over yesterday's lows, then this is not something that I would be trusting, right? This is not something that I would be trusting. This is yesterday's lows, all right here. You guys can see it. We're not really that close to it. So yesterday's lows, you need to get over that. Here's the ES, yesterday's lows. You need to get over that. There you go. That's it, right? That's all you need to focus on. Can we get over yesterday's lows? Okay. Let's continue. Costco. Was there any effect on some of these names? Tesla, little pop. Apple, little pop. Yeah, so you got a little pop on some of the tech stocks. Honestly, guys, this could be your opportunity to push to sell into. We'll have to see. Costco. So watching Costco here at 490. I'm looking to see if this does exactly what Coinbase and Upstart did, right, guys? Right? Let me just show you something again real quick. Let me show you this one more time. Do these look similar to you? Do these look similar to you? Does this chart look similar to this chart? To me, it does. Right? To me, it does. I think this looks extremely similar and gets me very interested. I've tried it before. I've tried to trade it before. It didn't work. I'm definitely watching it again. Right? Right here, guys. Costco, bear flag in my opinion. Watching the top at 490, looking at the uptrend. If this starts to break down, guys, I think you're going to see something very similar to this. And this is on Coinbase. So, looking for this break right there on Nvidia, or I'm sorry, on Costco. Very interesting chart to me. Definitely worth a watch. Okay, Nvidia, big breakdown, guys. Why is this a big breakdown? Let me go out and get more time for you. I'll show you why this is such an important level. If we go to this 155 level, I need more time. Here we go. 155 translates all the way over to this area, this 160 and this 152 area, this 155 high right here. This entire area is pretty important for Nvidia. And if we go down to the shorter term time frame, you guys can see it on the 1 hour chart. I'm thinking it's around 155. That's my level. It's definitely a little bit messy. It's not like an exact number. Here's 155 right here, right? That's 155 right here. So I'm thinking it's 155 as your flush point. You can see previous support, previous support, previous support. You can see we tried to hold it yesterday, and you can see we flushed it. So what am I looking for today? What am I looking for today on Nvidia? It's already rejecting. Wow. Yeah, this is already. Is Nasdaq already rejecting? It's not looking too hot there. All right, I am looking for either a rejection of these lows, which we're starting to see from yesterday. Shoot, let me go back. Sorry. I'm looking for either a rejection of these lows from yesterday of around 153, 154, right in this area, right, which I'm starting to see already, or I'm looking to see if we can get a push, fill this gap potentially, and reject off this 155 zone right up in here. Can we push up, fill this gap, and then can we get another rejection for Nvidia? I think this is a very big level that Nvidia is under. This is a big previous support that it is now turning into rejections. You can see we're starting to reject yesterday's lows already. I like this for downside. I think this is a very weak move, and we know that chip stocks have been extremely weak. Ooh, AMD just filled the gap. AMD just filled the gap. That might be a nice reversal as well. That might be a nice reversal as well. AMD just filled the morning gap down. I would watch for that. AMD has been such a weak stock, and so has Nvidia. So watching for these gap closes on a lot of tech stocks and looking for the reversals today, guys. Almost every tech stock will have a gap on its shorter term time frame, right? Tesla has it, Nvidia has it, right? Does Apple have one? Apple has one. So a lot of gap downs that could be filled. That could be your area to start looking for a short. Amazon. Okay, I think your big level on Amazon today, guys, is 106. I think that's your level to put on your charts, 106. Why do I think that? Yeah, I did see that AMD upgrade. I did see that. Rejection, rejection, support, and you're trying to hold it here. So I think if you see a break and retest of 106, I think that's your signal for more downside. I think if you try to hold here at 106, then maybe you do try to hold and try to push. But 106, I think, is your level to watch. Right around here. Previous rejections, rejection, support, and I'm thinking 106 is a pretty big level here. So if we see the downside today and we get under 106, I would be looking for this, right? I would be looking for this. So watch for that, guys. 106 on Amazon, very important level in my opinion. All right, I want to look at Snow and I want to look at Qualcomm. So as you guys know, over the last few days, pretty much over the last week, Snow has been extremely strong, right? Very big push on Snow. Do I see this start to fade? Does this move start to fade after a very strong push on Snow? It's starting to reject these levels right in this general area. You can see right here, previous rejection, and double top rejection on Snow. So you can start to see the rejection that's coming in around this 152, 153. You're coming back down. You're trying to hold a previous resistance as support right now, right here around 140. If we lose 140, is this a fadeable move, right? Look how quickly Snow pushed to the upside. Very quick push to the upside on Snow. Actually, let's go ahead and pull up the volume profile here. Let's get a good idea how the volume profile looks in this general area. I think this could be important. Yeah, so the volume's actually pretty heavy. Volume profile is pretty heavy. You can see it sort of corresponds with the big volume that's came in on this push. So it might be tough. Looking at the volume profile, it doesn't show me that big gap in volume like I would want. You can see like this gap in volume. Volume's actually pretty heavy down here. So you can sort of see it corresponds with the increased volume on this upside move. So this upside move, is it strong or does it fade? This is something I'm watching on Snow. If the market as a whole starts to get really hit, guys, then snow's not going to be able to hold up in a weak market. That's for sure, right? Snow's not going to go up if the Nasdaq is getting hit. So definitely still watching it. I'm watching these double top rejection points. Does it hold its support, or can we start to fade snow back towards these lows? The margin is there. So the margin for downside is there. So I do like the play. I just need to see it start working before I go for it. The next one that I'm watching for a fade, which is pretty much already fading, is Qualcomm. You guys saw Qualcomm had a really big push off some Apple news. Sort of rejected some of these levels here around this 135. Sort of in this general zone. You can see previous consolidation, rejection, rejection, right? So you can see it right there, starting to fade it already. Chip stocks have been very weak. Qualcomm's been outperforming a little. Does this fade? Those are just two things that are sort of on the back of my head, sort of on the back burner for ideas. Not that much of something I'm not going, I'm not really that interested in it. Just putting it on the back burner, keeping those in my mind, making sure I sort of monitor these two trades. All right, that's what I got for you. Let's go ahead and pull up the charts that you guys want to look at today. Let me go ahead and pull up the Google Docs. Today is the 30th. All right, let's get started. AXP, number one, AXP. What do you got here? 137 huge level, pre-pandemic highs. All right, let's see. Let's zoom out. It is Thursday, so we do have the landscapers at work today. Pre-pandemic highs. The pandemic was... Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's definitely a big level. 137. Are you... yeah, I mean, I would just wait to see how it reacts there. We're going to have to see how it reacts there. I mean, as of right now, I could clearly see it's weak. You can clearly sell that. So is there a better chance of it falling? Possibly. I would just wait to see the break and hold below, right? Look for the break and hold. Break and hold below 137, right? That's what I would look for. Okay. Merck, MRK. This is probably going to move with. It's more of a biotech than maybe. Is it under healthcare? Is Merck in the healthcare sector? Yeah. Okay. So it'll move with XLV. Let's go back. So keep an eye on XLV, of course, and then just look for it to hold. If it doesn't hold this 92, which I believe is a previous high. Let me get more time here. Yeah. So it's trying to hold the previous high as support right now. You can see right here, previous rejection point, previous high. It's trying to hold that 92. So if it does not hold this previous high at this previous rejection point, LC, I don't know what you're all pissed off about, but I'll see you later, man. Have a great day. So 92, previous triple top right there. And you guys can see right here, if we lose 92, then I would look for the downside, right? If we lose 92, I would look for the downside off that, yeah, like you said, a very quick upside move. So look for it to lose those previous highs. Let's look at Boeing. I know some of you guys are watching that one, and I'm actually watching it myself. So let's go 1 hour chart on BA. Actually, let's go 4 hour. So you guys know what we've been looking at, right? You guys know what we've been looking at. We've been looking at the 142 rejection point here on BA, right? Very clear. It's starting to work. It's starting to work. You got a little bit of an uptrend. I wouldn't say it's that solid, but it's there. You can see it sort of right there. A little uptrend on BA that's held over the last few weeks. Starting to break it. And the rejection's very clear. So if you want to take a swing trade here on BA, right, then, then you have a stop over the 142. You got to make sure you position size yourself correctly so that if it goes higher, PCI's already out, my man. It's out. You're about 20 minutes late. So if you push higher, right, then you get stopped out at 142. If you're looking for swing trades, like this is probably the type of trade that you're going to be looking for if you want to swing this market. You push up into supply, you have a clear stop loss, If you think Boeing rejects off this supply, which I can't tell you for sure if it is, but these are the setups you're looking for, right? You're looking for a stock that is pushed into supply, that's starting to show rejections, and you're starting to try to play the downside, right? You get in with an amount that you're willing to lose. You get in with an amount that you don't panic if it pops into 139 and then rejects, right? You can't get into a swing trade and not allow it to move here under your stop. You can't get in with $10,000 and be panicked when it moves up $1 a share, right? This is something you got to give some time. Maybe you get some time on it, you position size yourself correctly, and as long as it's below 142, your belief is that you're going to reject off supply, right? That's your belief. I think Boeing will reject off 142. That's my thesis. I'm going to position size myself correctly, playing this supply level, and I'm going to wait to see if I can get this move to the downside, right? That's sort of your mindset. If you're someone that maybe works a 9 to 5 trying to find trades, these are the types of trades you're looking for. So hopefully that helps, but I like that trade. I do like it. I can't tell you for sure if it's going to work, but it's definitely a good looking setup. All right, guys, that's all I got. I hope you have a fantastic day. Last day of the month, June 30th. Have a fantastic day. End the month strong. If you're green early on, just call it, man. Call it. Call it a day. Move on. End the week strong. Let's quickly go over the NQ and ES before we head out. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. What's PCE Market Watch hasn't updated? Oh, you're talking about what's the numbers? PCE is 0.3, core PCE 0.3, PCE price index 0.6. Right there. All right, you guys should follow, if you guys want to get news, you guys should follow Walter Bloomberg on Twitter. Follow him, it's at, here. I'll put the link in the chat. Let me put the link in the chat real quick. You guys should follow this account. Delta One. Where the hell is he? Here we go. Hold on a second. Wait for me. Give me a second here. Pulling it up for you. Okay, here he is. Let's share this account. How do I share it? Here it is. I'm just going to screenshot it. Here. Follow this account on Twitter. Delta One. He has all the breaking news. Very good. Very, very useful as a trader. Okay. Here's the ES starting to reject, right? Or sorry, NQ starting to reject. ES starting to reject as well. So, weak push. Watch out for it. Have a fantastic day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, then have a great weekend. Market is closed Monday. Remember that. All right, guys. Peace. Press the like button. Don't forget about that.